Every child deserves to have opportunities to continue in school and to have a loving family and to have family who has faith in them. My family told me, you can be whatever you want, and I wouldn't have been able to be whatever I want had I not had my CASA volunteer.
I was on an airplane, and I start to hear a conversation behind me, and the woman in the middle seat was talking about us. She was talking about CASA, very enthusiastically, and explaining to these two men on either side of her what it was all about. And the plane landed, and I stood up and I introduced myself. You know, said, I was really enjoying that conversation. You know, I'm the national CEO for CASA. And she said, I'm a Theta. And she was recruiting volunteers there on the airplane. And then she said to me, she said, oh, I hope I said the right things. I said, you didn't need me. You got it all absolutely right.
I think the partnership between Kappa Alpha Theta and CASA really exemplifies the good work that sororities can do on behalf of the community. Last year alone, Kappa Alpha Theta college chapters, alumni chapters, and individuals raised more than $900,000 for CASA. Now, if we directly translated that, it costs about $1,000 to serve a child each year. So that's $900,000, that's 900 kids that we helped provide with a CASA volunteer last year alone.
We are now working with 234,000 children a year. It's phenomenal growth. So together in this partnership over a quarter century, not only have we increased the numbers, but we have made our advocacy increasingly robust for those children, which means that we have millions of kids, literally in the millions, of children who have been served by CASA volunteers, and this partnership has been a big part of that.
I'm getting ready to begin my training to become a CASA volunteer, and for me it really came down to two basic principles we hear discussed a lot. The first being the widest influence for good, and the second, living the ritual. I kind of saw it really as an opportunity to help those children who'd been crushed by the people who were supposed to care for them, you know, the most, and kind of renew their sense of faith in people, and to give them hope for their future, giving them just a real sense of love. The girl that I'm serving now, I have educational rights for her. Just a couple semesters ago, she was failing 4 out of 5 of her classes at school. When I found out that the reason why she was failing is because she just simply wasn't doing her homework, I remember asking her, you know, why? Why aren't you doing your homework? And she very simply responded, who cares? And that's when I kind of stopped for a minute, because I was like, that's exactly the problem. These kids are like, who cares? My parents don't care. You know, my foster mom doesn't care. She might not even be my foster mom in a couple of months. And that's when I finally spoke up and was like, I care, you know, CASA cares.
I wish we didn't need an organization like National CASA. I wish there were no abused and neglected children, but that's not the real world. So whatever we can do to bring joy into their lives is wonderful. So, you know, I'm so glad Theta selected CASA.
This is really a human rights issue. It's about the right of every child to grow up in a safe and loving home, someplace where they feel supported and affirmed, and they feel like they can really be who they want to be. And Theta is supporting that. Theta is a part of that mission. Over the last 25 years, this partnership has really become a movement.
It makes me realize that it's not just us in this local community who are caring about CASA and CASA's mission to support abused and neglected children, but it's such a wider support group. It expands nationally. It's just exponential.
Just imagine if every Theta who sees this video would talk to 5 people and convince them of the importance of this work. We'd get more volunteers, we'd get more financial support, the relationship goes way beyond the money. It goes to this kind of leadership that Thetas can exert in their communities on behalf of these kids.
The idea that every Theta would say, I am a Theta, I am for the child, to me is so powerful. That campaign and that awareness, not only within our organization, but speaking that awareness to the world.
I am a Theta, I am for the child.
I am a Theta, I am for the child.
I am a Theta, I am for the child.
I am a Theta, I am for the child.
I am a Theta,
I
and
am
I
a
am
Theta,
for the
I am
child.
for the child.